cleaning them, I noticed there's a single line of dimples that I had missed. And after beating myself up a little bit, I realized that better to catch it now than later. The problem is when I went to go dimple those, I adjusted the tool slightly, and I like how the dimple is coming out better, and I went and tested it with a rivet, and the rivet seats a little better in it. Probably not more than a few thousandths of an inch, but it just looks flush, more so than the other ones. So now I'm going to re-dimple this whole thing. Prepping the inside of the second skin, and then I gotta move to the parts there. I'm gonna hit it with acetone and just get it set up in there. The idea is, because the space is so small, which we already knew, I'm gonna try and shoot the inside of these, move them out, and move the rest of the parts in, and with that same pot of paint, see if I can't get all those coated. the parts primed and I've given them overnight to cure. It took 3 separate batches in total. I think with some wishful thinking on how far the primer would go, that stuff is expensive. But now we're going to go ahead and start putting this together for realsies. I've reorganized the tables to give me more width and a little more room. But I think it's time to start adding some rivets. I got the rear spar all riveted together. I did have to drill out, I think, 3 rivets. 2 because they were set incorrectly, and 1 because I accidentally drilled out the wrong rivet. I did also get the center bearing here for the elevator in, and I got these bolts torqued down. While I was at it, I went ahead and added some torque seal. I don't think it's necessary. In fact, I think probably 7 out of my 10 viewers are going to make fun of me for doing it, but whatever. I got this whole color-coded chart here. I got yellow for a certain torque spec. I'm loving it. I'll keep doing it until I'm bored with it, I guess. I'm going to keep riveting the skeleton together, getting ready to put the skin on after a while. So I'm a little disappointed in myself only, not the kit or Vans or anything. But I was cruising along until I realized I had one of these stiffeners upside down, which is a dumb mistake. But I realized pretty quickly when nothing was lining up. And so I had to drill out about 7 rivets. I don't know how many extra the kit gives you, but hopefully at least 7. Luckily none of the holes got widened. It should be able to put it back together and nobody will be able to tell the difference, except for my ego. So I'm gonna get it all bolted together, take a look at it, make sure it's right. I'm sure it's right now that I've stared at it and I've made the mistake once, but I'll play it cautious. I'll get all this cleaned up. We'll start again. That's what we want to see. That rivet gauge is stuck on there, that's perfect. This afternoon, I'm just working on getting the skins actually riveted to the structure and the few remaining parts of the structure riveted internally. So 2 of them popped off just fine. The third one, I don't know if you can see it, broke about halfway, so now I gotta cut that off. So I just finished riveting the skin to the top side here, and it looks great. And now it's time to flip it over and do the other side. blue tape helps me remember to put a longer rivet in there where it's going through multiple pieces. You may be wondering why I'm celebrating when there's still plenty of empty holes that need rivets. That last one was the last bucked rivet with the gun. The rest of these I can get to with a squeezer, and that's just so much easier. So a bit of a milestone on this portion of the project, and definitely feeling like I can get it wrapped up this part today. Well, that's it. That is the last rivet in this piece. And with that, the horizontal stabilizer is done. And I'm pretty proud of it. If it felt like we were moving fast, it wasn't just the time lapse. I think this piece came together really quickly. But when we look at what's ahead, I still have the vertical stabilizer, the elevators, the rudder, and that's just in the tail kit. Then we get into wings and fuselage. And if I haven't said it before, my goal to have this whole thing complete is 3 years from now. So we got quite a bit ahead of us. I do think this is a great spot to cut for the day. I'm going to go ahead and get the garage cleaned up. And then next episode, we will start the vertical stabilizer. And then from there, the control surfaces. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.